Hi. Ooh, today I want to talk about or ask you, do you make love or do you have sex? Okay. And I know that you can have playful sex when you love somebody and that, it can play a lot of different energies through that. Um, but let's say you're not in a relationship, right? And I'm going to give you a cautionary tale here. And, I'm exposing some of my life, but I don't care because it's not about me. But I've had a lot of life experience. I've relished my roles in life, and I've played them enough to see wisdom in the better way of living. Okay. So I think if you're in a loving relationship, you can get a little kinky and play, little things out, and it's no big problem. Um, I want to tell you a tale of what I feel, what happened to me early on in my life. When I was young, I never wanted to be really rich. I always wanted, the white picket fence and the nice little family, and love my husband, have the kids, and everything is, beautiful and loving and whatever. Well, it didn't quite work out that way. From my first relationship from 16 to 20, I was battered. First guy that I ever slept with. My mother, devout Catholic, so raised a Catholic, thinking, oh, I can't leave him. He's the first person I went, had sex with. All this weird things, and then had very low self-esteem, and finally left that. And then, other things happen. But anyway, the main point is that I had really good intentions starting out, and then my heart started to get broken. By first that, and then other things happened, and I started feeling less than who I am, and then people treat you as less than who you are, and because the big ego trip, and oh, she's not good enough for me, and it's a one night stand. And I didn't have a lot of one night stands because I generally had, I was a serial monogamist. I'd go with someone for 4 years, 3 years, 5 years. The longest was 8 years. 8 and 7 were my last two, and so I was getting better. I think I was getting better at hanging in there and not going for fight or flight, because that's what I had learned from the first relationship. Okay, so, but then when my kids, I was a parent and was actively parenting for 29 years because both of my children were 11 years apart. So my son, he really got me at my hardest state, and the housekeeper and the waitress and the anyway, harder life. But anyway, what had happened, back to making love or having sex. When my children left, I wanted to kind of have a little fun because I felt like I had had to keep kind of constrained for 29 years because I was taking care of a child. So I kind of went off. This was one of the times when I went, I want to go just have fun. I just want to go have fun. And I went off with someone who I really had a good time with. Very nice man. I thought. And I do still think he is. I think he was just... anyway, I'm not even going to go there. Anyway, somewhere along the line, because I was getting older, let's flash forward. I still was looking for a relationship with someone, and unfortunately, as I was getting older, some of the men that I was with would really insinuate that, not even insinuate. Well, I guess they just flat out would say, I can get a 35-year-old. Why would I, kind of treat me that way? Like, why would I want to be with a 50-something-year-old, when I can get this? Because, wow, just firm tits and ass, and, all this other stuff, and which we glorify in the society. And, Madison Avenue glorifies on the TV, and then so people get sucked into that, and they also get sucked into, oh, you've got to have that great voice. It's no longer the song, the soul quality of the song. No, it's the voice. It's been stolen, the whole the soul, you know, can go out of it when you just look at the vocal ability of someone or the commerciality of something of someone, you know. Anyway, back to so being the competitive person that I am, and being at that point in more of, you know, just conscious reality, you know, what's happening around us, you know, work hard, play hard. Hey, baby, you know, I'm pretty successful. You know, I'm doing pretty well. You know, still thinking that I'm God's child. I'm not like real wild, but I was probably a little, I don't know, ostentatious maybe at times or whatever. Not even realizing it because I don't even care about playing to the crowd, but I probably was. Anyway, and seemed condescending maybe at times to people, although I don't really want to do that because I've always thought that everybody is equal. Anyway, back to sex. Okay, you can, actually I should say back to making love, because I think making love in this time would be wonderful. You know, get with someone you really care about and take that energy and really make love to them, you know. Don't, if you're not with a partner, you know, don't just go out and have sex with people, because the way they treat you a lot of time, it gets you into the wrong thing. You know, I did it at one point because actually I got into masturbation because I didn't want to go out with people. I got tired of going out with men who were a little older than I was, and if they had money, it was like, well, I can get somebody younger, you know. And you just kind of felt that way, you know. You felt like they didn't consider you a big prize. You're the Cracker Jack one. No, I don't know. You know what? But so then I got competitive with them, and I go, oh really? Oh, you can get the 30-somethings? Well, so can I. So I go out, and I could, geez, you know what? I could get better looking women than, well, I've dated a couple of really nice, you know, if you just want to look at exterior, a couple of really nice looking men. So I'm not going to say it. But I was surprised. And so I dabbled a little in that. That was my last venture. But I got into that. I was competitive, and I thought, and unfortunately, I got into that. I wasn't looking at their heart. I was looking at their tits and ass. I became like the men. You know, I mean, my God. So, you know what? And so then I was reading Gandhi, and Gandhi said, never look at anyone in lust. And I'm going, oh my God, I have looked at so many men and women in lust. And because I didn't want to be a big whore, you know, around town, I masturbated a lot. And that was actually the book that I was going to write, the sex book that I was going to write. But I ended up, you know, talking myself, and, you know, actually, because of the fantasies that I was doing, it was just not good. The more that you use fantasy, you have to keep ratcheting the fantasy up to even go anywhere. So that is not a good thing. And although I would think I would never do certain things that I was thinking, I knew that I wouldn't. I drew them to me. That is the lesson. I drew that kind of energy to me. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And you want to make love to people now. And I think you can get into the energy of really making love, because that will be a good release of your energy right now. Also, you can listen. You can try to play music. Try to get that out. Try to sing. Do whatever. Work out. Try to work out some of the energy that's happening right now. But we were talking about sex, but we weren't talking about sex. See, that's why I can't go with anyone anymore. I can't have a relationship because it became tainted. My mind became tainted. And I've tried so many times now. It's like, no, that's over. But go make love to people, you know. Don't get disillusioned and then go down the same road that these men are on. I mean, that's what I actually did. And in my thinking in that way. And then I thought, well, I was going to write this book, and I was going to write it on masturbation because it was better than going out and having sex. But no, I say go find someone you care about, you know, to where you can make love, you can be playful too, you know, with, you know, kind of sexy and whatever. But primarily you're making love to someone, you're close to someone. We need that. We need that touch. We need that feel. And so if you're with people and all you feel is used, go get away from that, you know. Pull it back. You don't have to, you know, don't do the alcohol and the drugs. That's, you know, if you get yourself in the wrong state of consciousness, then it's easier to make mistakes. Stay as much as you can in a good state of consciousness. Love yourself, love other people, and have, you know what, don't lose the dream. Don't say it's just a physical thing, which I did, like a physical thing, and I can just, you know, do it once every 3 months or something, 2 months. And, you know, masturbate the other part of the time. No, it wasn't good, because where I went in my mind was not good. And I ended up drawing some really pretty bad energy towards me. I ended up experiencing it, even though I didn't act it out in the world. So, cautionary tale. Anyway, make love. It's a good way of releasing energy. Okay? And I think a lot of people need to release the energy. Work out. Do whatever you can. But don't work, you know, drink enough water. It's too freaking hot out. Okay? Keep, you know, hydrated. Anyway, you go out, you make it a great day. And remember, love is the answer now.